Hi, good morning, everyone. That was Psalm 46 by Shane and Shane. If you get a chance today, look on YouTube for it. It's a great song, and I don't know if you know Shane and Shane, but they're two guys who just have beautiful harmonies. They're very gifted and talented, and their main goal is just to worship and lead worship all over the world. And so, I had a chance to see Shane and Shane many years ago, but their voices are just incredible. Anyway, they did a whole um, album, I guess, a whole recording of all different Psalms, but that's one of my favorites, Psalm 46. So let's read that today. Say good morning. Rick James took a little shower today, so he's a little fluffier than usual. Okay. God is our refuge and strength, an ever-present help in trouble. Therefore we will not fear. Though the earth give way and the mountains fall into the heart of the sea, though its waters roar and foam and the mountains quake with their surging. There is a river whose streams make glad the city of God, the holy place where the Most High dwells. God is within her, she will not fall. God will help her at break of day. Nations are in uproar, kingdoms fall. He lifts his voice, the earth melts. The Lord Almighty is with us. The God of Jacob is our fortress. Come and see the works of the Lord, the desolations he has brought on the earth. He makes wars cease to the ends of the earth. He breaks the bow and shatters the spear. He burns the shields with fire. Be still and know that I am God. I will be exalted among the nations. I will be exalted in the earth. The Lord Almighty is with us. The God of Jacob is our fortress. So here, once again, it's a psalm of just comfort, and also to say once again that God is strong and he is going to be our refuge and he is our strength. He will not leave us or forsake us, and that's why we don't have to fear. Even though the earth may give way and the mountains fall into the heart of the sea, we don't have to be afraid. It also says, come and see. So God is inviting us to see and see the works of God. He's saying all that's messed up in the earth, that he can still make all the wars cease, and he can break anything and break any harm that comes to us. And lastly, he says, be still and know that I am God. Be still means it's not just like lying in bed and being lazy and being still, but it's kind of being still, anxiously listening for and trying to hear his voice. Many years ago, I was hospitalized for salmonella, of all things. And, I was quarantined in the hospital, and nobody could visit me except my family. And back then, they didn't have all that PPE, but my dad, nobody really came to visit me much. My mom and dad came, and I wasn't even allowed to eat anything. I could only have Jell-O and chicken broth. But I would wait all day and wait for someone to come to visit me, and I could hear my father had a slight limp, and he always had change in his pocket, so I could hear him coming down the hallway. It was a kind of like it was like a and it was very slow, and it was that kind of limp that I could hear, and I could hear him coming down the hallway, and I would wait all day to hear that little ching sound, because then I knew that my father was going to come to visit me. I hope for all of you that you can be still and hear, wait to hear that voice of God. You know his voice, because the Bible says that his sheep know his voice. So just like I knew my father's limping sound as he came, I know that all of you, if you're listening carefully, you can hear God's voice. Be still and know that I am God. I will be exalted among the nations. I will be exalted in the earth. just be still and listen for God's voice and know that He will be exalted. Whether it's in your home today, in your life, in this world, know that He will. That's His purpose and plan. So that's what I invite you to do today. Not to be crazy and busy, but try to be still for a minute, but anxiously awaiting and waiting to hear something from God. Whatever it is that you hear from Him today, write it down. Text someone, tell your family, tell someone, and that way His name will be exalted and glorified. Love you guys. Have a great day.